Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker as you get older? Maybe you're finding it harder to stand after sitting for long periods. Or your legs just don't seem to have the same strength they once did. It's frustrating, and for many seniors, it's a reality they face as they age. But what if I told you that 3 common vitamins you think are helping you might be silently making the situation worse? Yes, while these vitamins are often seen as harmless, some of them can actually contribute to muscle weakness and instability, especially as we get older. In fact, they might be the hidden reason why your legs don't have the strength they once did. In today's video, we're diving into the 3 worst vitamins for your legs after 60. We'll explain how these seemingly healthy nutrients are linked to muscle loss, joint pain, and even difficulty walking. And most importantly, how you can adjust your routine to keep your legs strong and active. Before we get into it, drop a comment below and let us know where you're watching from. We read every single one. And if you're serious about maintaining your leg health, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any tips that can help you feel your best. Now let's break down which vitamins you might want to reconsider. When you think of vitamin A, you probably imagine healthy eyes, glowing skin, and a strong immune system. And you're not wrong. This fat-soluble vitamin plays an essential role in keeping your vision sharp, helping your body fight infections, and supporting the health of your organs. It's found in foods like carrots, spinach, liver, eggs, and dairy products. Your body also converts beta-carotene, found in orange-colored fruits and vegetables like sweet potatoes and mangoes, into vitamin A. So, it's clearly important. But here's something many seniors don't know. Getting too much vitamin A can actually do more harm than good, especially when it comes to your legs, your muscles, and your overall mobility. As we age, our bodies change in how they process vitamins, and our bones and muscles become more vulnerable. One of the biggest concerns for people over 60 is losing muscle strength and bone density, particularly in the lower body. That's why it's so important to understand how excess vitamin A, often from supplements, can actually accelerate these problems. When you take too much vitamin A over time, it can lead to something called hypervitaminosis A, which is just a fancy word for vitamin A toxicity. This condition isn't talked about much, but it can silently chip away at your health. It can cause bone thinning, joint pain, and even lead to fractures, especially in weight-bearing areas like your legs and hips. You see, high levels of vitamin A interfere with your body's ability to properly absorb and use vitamin D and calcium, 2 nutrients that are absolutely essential for bone strength. Without enough vitamin D and calcium, your bones become more fragile. This is especially concerning for older adults who are already at a higher risk of osteoporosis and falls. A surprising number of seniors suffer fractures each year simply from slipping at home. And many of those falls could be made worse by brittle bones linked to vitamin imbalances. If your legs suddenly feel weaker or less steady, or if you experience pain in your thighs or hips that doesn't seem to go away, it could be time to take a closer look at your supplement routine. But it's not just your bones that suffer from too much vitamin A. This vitamin can also negatively affect your muscles, especially in the legs. Some seniors who overdo it on supplements report muscle aches, stiffness, or even cramps. The legs might feel tired faster during walking, or climbing stairs becomes more difficult than it used to be. This happens because excess vitamin A can impact neuromuscular function, meaning the way your nerves communicate with your muscles. When this communication breaks down, your legs may not respond as well, and you can lose some of the coordination and strength needed to stay active and balanced. Another issue that often goes unnoticed is that too much vitamin A can cause fatigue, dizziness, and blurred vision, symptoms that can make you feel unstable on your feet. For a senior, a moment of dizziness can lead to a fall, and a fall can lead to a long road of recovery, or worse. This is why it's crucial to stay aware of how much vitamin A you're really taking in each day, especially if you're also taking a multivitamin, fish liver oil capsules, or a supplement meant to boost immunity. Many of these contain vitamin A in high amounts, often exceeding the daily recommended intake for seniors. So how much vitamin A is too much? For adults over 60, the recommended daily allowance, RDA, is about 700 micrograms for women and 900 micrograms for men. The problem is, some supplements contain 5,000 to even 10,000 micrograms per pill, which is well above what your body needs. When taken daily over a long period of time, this overload builds up in your body's fat stores and liver, leading to toxicity. The good news is that you don't usually get too much vitamin A from food alone. It's usually from oversupplementation. So if you eat a healthy, balanced diet, you're probably getting all the vitamin A you need without needing extra pills. A better and safer approach is to get vitamin A from beta-carotene-rich foods like carrots, sweet potatoes, and leafy greens. Your body only converts what it needs, so there's little risk of overdose. This way, you get the benefits of vitamin A without the bone damage or muscle weakness. If you do take a supplement, read the label carefully. Some list retinol or retinol palmitate as the vitamin A source, but these are the forms more likely to cause toxicity in high amounts. Look instead for formulas that use beta-carotene or contain vitamin A in safer, smaller doses. And always consult with your doctor before adding a supplement to your routine, especially if you already take medications or have conditions like osteoporosis, kidney disease, or liver issues. In the end, it's all about balance. Vitamin A is essential, but more is not always better, especially after 60. If you want strong legs, healthy bones, and good mobility in your golden years, make sure you're not unknowingly weakening your body with too much of a good thing. Now that we've covered how too much vitamin A can sneakily weaken your legs and bones, let's move on to another surprising one: vitamin D. Yes, you heard that right. The very vitamin that's praised for strengthening bones and preventing falls can also backfire, but only when it's taken in excess or without proper balance. And for seniors, this can be a real hidden danger. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin because your body produces it when your skin is exposed to sunlight. It helps your body absorb calcium, supports your immune system, and plays a huge role in maintaining muscle function. Without enough vitamin D, you're at greater risk for bone pain, muscle weakness, and yes, falls. But here's where it gets tricky. Many seniors are now being encouraged to supplement with vitamin D, sometimes in high doses, without fully understanding the risks of taking too much, or taking it without the necessary cofactors. Here's what most people don't realize. Vitamin D doesn't work alone. It needs magnesium, vitamin K2, and calcium to function properly in your body. When you take large amounts of vitamin D, especially from supplements, and you're not getting enough of those other nutrients, it can actually do the opposite of what it's meant to. Instead of helping calcium go into your bones, it can cause calcium to build up in the wrong places, like your blood vessels, your kidneys, or your joints. This is called calcification, and it can lead to everything from kidney stones to stiff, aching legs, to a higher risk of heart disease. And for your legs, this buildup of calcium in soft tissues and joints can make movement painful or limited. Seniors may notice their legs feel tight, heavy, or sore more often. You may even start to feel a kind of stiffness in your knees or ankles that wasn't there before. That's because when calcium doesn't go where it's supposed to, it can interfere with your muscles and joints instead. Over time, this can lead to decreased mobility, balance issues, and ultimately, a greater risk of falls and fractures. Another sneaky side effect of too much vitamin D is that it can cause muscle weakness, especially in the proximal muscles, the ones closest to your body, like your thighs and hips. These are the exact muscles that help you get out of a chair, climb stairs, and stay steady while walking. If you've been taking high doses of vitamin D for weeks or months and suddenly start to feel weaker in the legs, don't assume it's just age catching up with you. It might be your body telling you it's getting too much of a good thing. And let's not forget about dehydration. One of the lesser-known side effects of excess vitamin D is that it can throw off your body's electrolyte balance, particularly your potassium and sodium levels. This can lead to symptoms like cramps, fatigue, and even irregular heartbeats. If your legs cramp up at night, or you've started feeling unusually tired after a short walk, too much vitamin D could be part of the problem. So, how much is too much? The recommended daily intake for older adults is usually 600 to 800 IU per day, but many over-the-counter supplements contain 2,000 IU or more in a single pill. Some seniors are prescribed megadoses, like 50,000 IU once a week, without careful monitoring. The risk is even higher if you're taking calcium supplements at the same time, or if you're not regularly checking your blood levels with your doctor. And unlike water-soluble vitamins, which your body pees out if you get too much, vitamin D is fat-soluble, meaning it builds up over time. So what should you do instead? First, don't assume more is better. If you're taking vitamin D, make sure it's part of a balanced supplement that includes vitamin K2 and magnesium, which help guide calcium into your bones and out of your soft tissues. Look for K2 in the form of MK7, which stays in the body longer and works more effectively alongside D3. Also, talk to your doctor about testing your vitamin D levels before starting or increasing a supplement. This simple blood test can help prevent months or even years of unnecessary discomfort and risk. Finally, if possible, get some of your vitamin D naturally. A short walk in the morning sun, just 10 to 20 minutes a few times a week, can give your body a gentle, healthy dose of vitamin D without overwhelming your system. And don't forget to eat whole foods that support bone health like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, eggs, and fatty fish like salmon or sardines. These provide not just vitamin D, but the cofactors your body needs to actually benefit from it. In summary, vitamin D is essential, but only when taken wisely and in the right amounts. Too much or too much without balance can quietly rob you of the strength in your legs, stiffen your joints, and set you up for injuries you were trying to avoid in the first place. Like with all things in health after 60, moderation and monitoring are key. Vitamin E is another vitamin that can weaken your legs. It's often advertised as a powerful antioxidant that can support your heart, immune system, and even your skin. And while it certainly has benefits when taken in the right amounts, too much vitamin E, especially from supplements, can quietly weaken your legs and increase your risk of falling. For older adults, this can be a hidden trap masked by good intentions. Vitamin E's role in the body is complex. It helps neutralize harmful free radicals and supports your body's cells in fighting off oxidative stress. That's why it's popular among people trying to stay young on the inside. However, many seniors are now taking high-dose vitamin E supplements without medical supervision, believing it's a harmless way to boost overall health. But studies show that too much vitamin E can interfere with muscle coordination, balance, and even blood clotting, all of which are crucial for staying strong on your feet after 60. Vitamin E, like vitamin D, is fat-soluble. That means your body stores the excess instead of flushing it out. Over time, this buildup can interfere with your muscles' ability to contract and relax properly. Some seniors report feeling weaker in their legs or having trouble with tasks that used to be simple, like walking upstairs or standing up from a chair. Others notice that they tire more quickly or that their balance feels just a little off. These could be subtle signs that your vitamin E levels are too high. And there's another hidden danger, is that too much vitamin E can thin your blood. That might sound like a good thing if you're worried about heart attacks or strokes, but in older adults, especially those on blood-thinning medications like warfarin or aspirin, it can increase the risk of internal bleeding and make falls far more dangerous. Imagine taking a minor tumble and ending up with a serious bruise, or worse, a bleed in the brain. That's scary, but it's avoidable. Vitamin E toxicity also affects your nervous system, particularly if it's combined with a deficiency in other nutrients like vitamin B12 or magnesium. You might experience tingling or numbness in your legs, muscle cramping, or a slow loss of coordination. All of these symptoms directly affect your ability to move safely and confidently. And here's something many people don't know. High doses of synthetic vitamin E, often listed as DL-alpha tocopherol on supplement labels, are especially risky. Your body doesn't absorb synthetic vitamin E the same way it does the natural form, and it may actually crowd out other important nutrients like gamma tocopherol, which plays a protective role in your cardiovascular system and brain. So by trying to boost your health with one form of vitamin E, you could be creating new problems elsewhere. So what's the right approach? First, it's important to know that most people can get enough vitamin E from food, especially if you're eating a diet that includes nuts, seeds, leafy greens, avocados, and healthy oils like olive or sunflower oil. These sources provide vitamin E in a natural balance with other helpful compounds, unlike isolated, high-dose supplements. If you do need a supplement, stick to a low-dose, natural version, ideally one that includes a mix of tocopherols and tocotrienols, the different forms of vitamin E your body actually uses. And always check with your doctor or pharmacist if you're on medications that affect blood clotting, or if you've had any unusual bruising, fatigue, or leg weakness. It might be time to reevaluate your supplement routine. In short, vitamin A, D, and E are not the harmless antioxidant we once thought. especially when taken in large amounts. For seniors, too much can mean weakened muscles, poor balance, and an increased risk of falls or serious injury. It's a powerful nutrient, yes, but one that should be handled with care, not scooped out of a bottle in megadoses. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Just remember, when it comes to your health, especially after 60, knowledge truly is power. Understanding which vitamins might be doing more harm than good gives you the chance to take control, make smarter choices, and keep your legs strong and steady for the years ahead. If you found today's video helpful or eye-opening, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our future videos, packed with practical tips to help you age with confidence and vitality. As always, stay curious, stay strong, and most importantly, stay empowered. We'll see you in the next one.